Alright guys, in today's video we are going to be taking this rear bumper off and we're going to attempt to plastic weld and bondo and repair the bumper because I don't feel like buying a brand new bumper. I'm just cheap and it is what it is. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We already, I barely started. I took this plastic cover off and now I'm just going to, there's a few clips on each side of these inner panels so you can get access to the tail lights. I'm gonna get the clips on both sides out and I'm gonna get the tail lights out, and then we're gonna unscrew a few screws and then we're gonna take this bumper off. What's up YouTube? Slow Ass G here, Slow Ass G35 in New York, but not for long. As you can see, it is a hot day outside. Yesterday was not that hot, but today it is almost 70 degrees. We out here in the lacrosse penny. It is hot, but we got a cool video today, nothing crazy. We're gonna take off the rear bumper and we're gonna attempt to plastic weld it and bondo it and save the bumper. Hopefully I can save it, because I don't wanna buy a new one. It is what it is. So without further ado, I already got tools in my hand. I was about to start and then I remembered, let me record the intro and the video. So we're about to jump into it right now. Okay, so once you get the liner out, you got a connector plug right there. You got your 2 bolts that you can see there, and I'm pretty sure there's another one I'm still trying to find, but we'll probably find it once we get those 2 out and we'll start getting the headlight out. So I'm gonna disconnect the connector, take those 2 nuts out, and then we'll see where's the last one. So check this out. These bolts, I was lied to, well, maybe not lied to, I probably just didn't pay attention, but these nuts are not 10 millimeters. They're actually 5/16, which funny enough, I actually walk around with a 5/16 ratcheting wrench on my keychain, so it's actually the first time it's ever came in clutch that I actually needed it. I don't know why it won't focus right now, but I got my little 5/16 on my keychain, so we're about to get this out. Okay guys, I found the last bolt that I was talking about. It's actually right here in the front. Now the issue is I need a socket to get that out because my flat wrench will not get in there, so I will be back with a socket and we'll get that out. Okay, my dumbass doesn't have a socket that fits in there, so I just had to do the old-fashioned way with some pliers. So got that out, and now we should be looking to just slide that out. Okay, so we got that issue right there. We gotta figure out if we're either gonna unplug everything or, because I'm definitely not pulling that little excuse me. Let's see. If I pull this out, I'm scared I won't be able to get it back in. Well, too late. So we pulled that out. So tail lights out. Now we'll do the other side. And just like that, after another 5 minutes, we got the other side out. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna pull this grommet through and we'll figure it out later. So that's how we do things. Come on, there you go. There you go. Boom. So both headlights, oh shit, that was the cup with all the bolts. I still got most of them. Okay, so that was the tedious part. Now that we're here, there's pretty much a few clips and 1 bolt on each side fender, and then this bumper's coming off, and then we're gonna cut this shit and we're gonna fix it up. So yeah. Okay, so just a little tip. This is probably my 4th or 5th time dealing with these clips, and these clips are a bitch. They like to break if you don't, get them out right. So my advice, just get under the tab. You'll hear the little click tab and just push it forward. Push it forward. You don't gotta go crazy, but when you go to take the bumper out, you're gonna essentially pull backwards once everything is unsecured, and you'll be able to hopefully salvage these clips and keep them. So yeah, just a little advice. Okay, here's one little problem we ran into. There's a bolt right there on each side, which seems hard to get, but it's actually behind the tail light bolts, that the nuts that you took off before. So we're just gonna hit that with a 10, get those out, and I think everything else is off, so this bumper should be coming off. I don't know what else should be holding it on. That should be it, honestly. So let's see, let's give it a try. So yeah, broke the head off of this one. it's still in there, very firm, so looks like we're fucked. Looks like, I don't know how I'm getting this out, but oh, maybe not. Okay, quick update. Every time I thought I was almost done, there's more bolts. So once you get that bolt out, that's for there, right? There's another bolt right there. So you gotta come back in with your 10 and get the rest, get that out on both sides. Everything's a bitch to get to. You don't have the proper space. I mean, I'm lazy too, so I didn't clear my trunk up, but still, it's a bitch to get to, and it fucking sucks because every time I feel like I'm about to get it off, there's another fucking bolt somewhere. But just make sure you get those two and then you should be good. All right, so very fucking aggravating. I keep snapping bolts because these shits have been in there so long. So that's snapped. I don't even think we're gonna be able to get around that. Oh, maybe we will. But yeah, snap that. So that fucking sucks. Less work to put back though, I guess. But now we're gonna try the other side and see if we break that one too. And if that breaks it, I'm really just gonna rip this bumper off. I don't really care anymore at this point. So yeah. Okay, so we got one side without breaking it. I got very aggravated and frustrated and started just ripping shit, but we got that out. So, I mean, essentially, see, this is what's pissing me off though. It feels like, aside from the clips, it feels like there's still screws or something under here. So, we're gonna start pulling. Oh, sounds like I broke shit. Probably did. Okay, so, I mean, bumper's pretty much off. We finally fucking got it. Well, let me not say finally, because we still got to get around this. If you guys can see, that's the bolt that I broke, so that's... Oh, man. Well, we got it. All right. Okay, people. Bumper is off. Fuck yeah. Guys, I apologize. One thing I did forget to show is that there is a bolt underneath the bumper on each side right behind the wheel, and there is a screw that goes into the wheel well liner basically. So cut all the zip ties, so we're just gonna pull them out, these little stitches. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bondo over all those holes and everything, but see, hopefully this comes out at least better than what it is right now. So we'll see. All right, so this is what we're looking at. We're gonna try to plastic weld all this inside, and then we're just gonna, I'm gonna figure something out for that, and then we're gonna bondo this and hopefully make it a smooth surface again. Hopefully when I weld it too, it kind of stays out because it was caved in a little, so hopefully it stays out like that, but we'll see. But so I'm basically, for the plastic welding, I'm just gonna be using a blowtorch, a screwdriver, and probably zip ties. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, so first things first, I just kind of popped it back in place by hand to try to get all the seams as close to original as possible. So what we're gonna do first is, before we lay zip ties on it, we're just gonna heat up the screwdriver and try to melt the seam back together with each other. That's what we're gonna do first. Let me figure out how I'm gonna record this for you guys real quick, and then we'll get into it. So like, as you can see, it's really not that difficult, honestly. This is my first time doing this, and it's a lot easier than it even looks. Just heating up the screwdriver, nothing special, and I'm just basically putting push it, rolling up a little, go down, roll up, go down, roll up, go down, roll it up a little, go down. And you just want to stay consistent, you know. Looks like it's going pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this all around. I'm probably gonna do a second pass just to make sure. You just want to really melt it and mold it back together, and then I'm gonna put a layer of maybe some zip ties just to have some extra reinforcement around it. But yeah, this is actually going a lot better than I thought. So I'm gonna finish this up off camera, show you the first pass, I'm gonna show you the second pass, and then we'll get into the zip ties. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna do anything on the front. I'm probably just gonna keep all this work back on the back, but this is pretty good so far. So I'm gonna do this off camera and I'll come back. Guys, this is really easy. This is a cool, like, cheap, quick fix, you know. It's a lot like soldering. If you know anything about soldering, this probably be a lot easier if you had an actual soldering pen. I haven't seen mine in years or used it, but you know, it's very simple. You don't even have to know how to solder either. It's very simple. You just, you know, melt it and just kind of play around with it until it holds, you know. I'm about to use the first of the zip ties because we got a spot that's just a big chunk. So it's literally just like soldering. So we're just gonna lay the zip tie on the top and just kind of melt it on. It's not tricky, but I'm just gonna melt it there. That was not so easy. First time with the zip tie was a fail. So, you know, we're just gonna play around with it until we do. But I mean, look, that's one pass on both sides, no zip ties, just melting everything together. And it's already very sturdy, so. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is not a good way to do this, but you know, I don't ever do things a good way, so I think we're just lay a little strip on there, heat it up, and then just kind of, that's what I've been doing, just kind of molding it in, reheat it, mold it in, and just kind of work it like that, and then I'll come in with the hot screwdriver and kind of flatten everything. Look, call me crazy, but I think that method was actually very effective. Once I got it just to stick on the surface, I came back with just the screwdriver hot, flattened it out, and I mean, it's looking solid. I mean, the front, you know, still, the Bondo and sanding will get all that shit, but I mean, that's pretty solid for, you know, I put about 2-3 strips on there, so I just really molded them in and really, you know. Next, I just stuck some zip tie on there to get it in, and I'm gonna heat it up, melt it, and then come with a screwdriver and just kind of add some material to every section just to make sure it's, you know, reinforced as best as we can. So here we go. So I cut the sound out because it was very loud. I live right across from a construction zone, so there's nothing but machinery and drills and stuff going. But as you can see, we finished up the plastic welding on the inside. Now I'm just basically working on the outside, getting everything sanded smooth so I can start laying down some Bondo, getting everything nice and even, getting all the lines and everything as best as I can to my liking. Because, like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be way better than it was so that we don't have to buy another bumper. So, yeah, I'm going to basically be showing you guys the processes. You know, I didn't get to record the whole time of me adding the Bondo and sanding, but taping up the holes in the back so that the Bondo will actually hold and fill all those little holes. And we're just going to sand everything. It took about 2 layers of Bondo. I ended up hitting another spot that, you know, needed a little more Bondo work to be finished. So that's really all we're doing right now. We're just mixing up the Bondo, laying on, not too thick, but laying on a nice coat, getting it somewhat level so that we can sand down, hit it again, see all the imperfections, and, you know, keep going until that thing is smooth and the bumper's back in one piece. And that's really all I want. You know, it's going to get painted anyway, so I'm not too crazy about the way the primer spots look and everything, but I'm really just so happy at the way this came out. I mean, everything smoothened out really nice. You can still tell a little bit, but you can't nearly tell as much how bad the damage was. You know, with each layer of Bondo, like I said, I only did 2 layers, but with each layer of Bondo, it just got more and more uniform and more closer to the result that I was looking for. And as you can see here, this is where we just started laying the primer down. All the Bondo is done, all the sanding is done. I'm very happy with the way it came out. So we just laid on some primer for it. We let it dry up, and getting this bumper back on the car, everything reassembled, and I couldn't be happier with the way it came out. Like I said, for a cheap, easy, do-it-yourself fix, I mean, this right alone saved me a couple $100 for buying a whole brand new bumper, which I was looking into anyway, and I'm just like, you know, why don't I just try to fix it? Worst case scenario, I get a new bumper anyway. So it was cool to try it out and cool to see that something like this can be done. It's really not that hard. And reassembling everything is a lot easier once you take all the bolts out and you know where everything comes out of. It's much easier to go back in, and everything looks much better than it did. So like I said, very happy. Just gonna throw everything back together, and we got ourselves a repaired bumper. It's not new, but it's better than it was, and I don't have that hole with the stitches in it anymore. So very, very happy with the way this came out. If you guys have any questions, I mean, feel free to hit me up. It was very simple, easy process. There's tons of videos on it. This is nothing special. This is nothing that I trained for or anything. This is just trial and error off of YouTube. So hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe for me, guys.
Wow, I just see myself $150.